Are you ready to be motivated and to be ready to get stuff done? Now, it's great to be inspired, but you need to be motivated to get your big tasks done. And what we want to talk about today is how to maintain that motivation over time. And I've got some great tips, techniques, and hacks for you. This is Coach Joe, and I am here to activate your greatness. So thanks for joining me, and let's get started. So, when it comes to getting things accomplished, you got to be motivated. If you're not motivated, it's just hard. It's just really, really hard. And what we want to do is we want to figure out, how do you get that motivation pent up inside you? How do you get it going? Especially if it's big things, especially if it's stuff that is like hard to do. Let's talk about that. And especially let's talk about, how do you get that motivation going when you don't have it going? It's just like, I don't wanna. That happens a lot to some people. So let's talk about a number of ways for you to motivate yourself. And each one of these is going to be very, very powerful. So, number one is use downside pain. Okay, so there's a downside to not being motivated. And that's what you want to work with, is what is it costing you? What is it going to be? What's the penalty for not getting something done, not making it happen? Because if you just if you procrastinate on it and you let it go, there's going to be a cost. There's going to be some kind of a cost, either mentally or in the world or with your friends and family, people, your job. What is the cost? And then focus on that as you say to yourself, okay, I'm moving forward. This is not my favorite one, but it works. So come up with several good reasons why failing would be really painful. And think about that pain, and then think about getting it done. That's the important part, that last part. Think about getting it done. Number 2 way to motivate yourself on a regular basis is use upside pleasure. If you get this done, what's going to be the upside? There's always going to be an upside. And you can make a long list, actually. That's the great thing. And you want to, the more that you think about what the upside is, what's the upside of not hitting that snooze alarm for the 5th time? What's the upside of that? Well, maybe you're more, maybe you get a chance to exercise for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, which will make a whole difference in your day. But get in touch with the upside of getting motivated to do what you know is good for you. Now we move on to number 3. The number 3 way to motivate yourself to consistently accomplish more. And this one's a simple one, and we all hear about it, but are we doing it? Visualize the future you expect to enjoy from getting your task completed. Okay, when I clean up my office and it looks really nice, I'm going to feel like just proud of myself. I'm going to feel good. I'm going to have people coming in, and it will really just feel very smooth, and I'll feel organized and on top of my life. Okay, so that's the kind of thing that you want to visualize. Is and that's a small thing. But if you're, the bigger projects, think about what is it going to give you, and visualize that. Feel it. Great. Tip number 4 on how to motivate yourself so you can accomplish more. Set short-term goals. So It's great to have big, large goals, of course. Okay, I want to make six figures this year, or, I want to, buy a house or whatever. The whole idea is to set the small goals so that you can take tiny steps, tiny steps, tiny steps. And as you take those tiny steps and you celebrate them and you acknowledge yourself for that, you can move forward quickly. And that's what you're really aiming for, is to take the tiny steps. Okay? And big goals are great, but the tiny steps are important. Set goals for the tiny steps, for the short-term goals, and move forward with motivation, because you can get those tiny goals much easier than the six figures. So go for it. Tip number 5 in how to motivate yourself and accomplish more. Now, this one is a good one. Make the task more enjoyable. What can you do to make your task more enjoyable? If you're sitting at a desk, well, you can play some music. You can get up every so often and take care of yourself and make sure that you're feeling good. You can reward yourself for your accomplishments. There's a lot of different things you can do, but you want to brainstorm that. You want to think, well, how can I make this whole process more enjoyable? I got a lot of things on my plate. I got a lot of things I got to get done. How can I make this more enjoyable so that I can feel motivated? You can do this. Just think about it. Just put your mind to work. Thanks. And you might want to ask yourself, how can you make this task as enjoyable as possible? And then listen to the answers. Just ask yourself and see what happens. Tip number 6 on how to motivate yourself so that you can accomplish more. Give yourself a reward. We talked about this a little in the last tip, but this is very important. There's two things that I do on a regular, and one of them is that I celebrate my accomplishments, and the second thing is that I give myself some kind of reward. So figure out some small reward that you can give yourself for small success, and bigger rewards for bigger success, and use them as motivation. Think about them. Think about, wow, once I get this done, I am going to be able to do this. Isn't that great? Give yourself rewards. Even if your life is hard, even if things are not perfect, give yourself rewards and celebrate. It's important. It's important for your motivation and for your health. So you might find that you've got to give yourself other rewards more than just feeling proud and pleased with your progress. That's always good. It's good to be happy, but also give yourself some tangible reward, something that you'll really be happy that you got, so that you can look forward to that when you finish what your project is. Tip number 7, learn and how to motivate yourself so that you can accomplish more. Take a deep breath. This is a good one, okay? Take a deep breath. This is really good. Now, I do this thing called havening, and you can look it up on the internet, but it's basically you can just massage your shoulders like this and take a deep breath. Just do this with me now. Close your eyes if you can. Don't do it if you're driving, of course. Take a deep breath. Hold it briefly and then let it out through your mouth like you're blowing out a straw. And then you can open your eyes and just feel the effects of that one breath. It's really amazing. This will help you to focus. This will help you to stay centered. This will help you to stay calm and enjoy what you're doing rather than being tense or stressed. Tip number 8, and how to motivate yourself so you can accomplish more. Include another person. This is always a good thing to do, because if you have somebody going to the gym with you at 6 a.m., it's very different than you saying, well, I'm going to go to the gym at 6 a.m. Get that support, because now you're motivated. You've got somebody who's counting on you, who is going with you. So make that happen. So it increases your level of commitment, and it increases your motivation. So make sure that you're reaching out to friends on a regular and making promises that make you committed, because that's the whole idea, is to be committed. So motivate yourself by including other people. Tip number 9, how to motivate yourself to accomplish more. EFT tapping. Tap on your resistance. Okay, this is a really powerful point. There are a couple of very, very powerful points. Now, EFT tapping is a whole deep subject, and I'm really in love with EFT tapping. So it's right below the collarbone here that there is a meridian point. And this is from the Chinese acupuncture system. And if you don't know about EFT, definitely check out some of my other videos. Go to YouTube. There are thousands of videos on YouTube. Not by me, but thousands of videos on tapping. And this is one of the points. This is another really good point right here and underneath here. These 3 points are very, very powerful to tap on. Now, the whole thing is, if you're feeling like, I don't want to do this, this is where the tapping comes in. I don't want to do this. You tap on your resistance. And you just, I really suggest that you look in the mirror so that you can see yourself, and then just tap on it. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Start by measuring where you are when you start. And then, if you tap for 5 minutes, just you'll be amazed. Here's another good point here. If you just go here and here and here and here, you're going to, and tapping on I don't wanna, or whatever your resistance is, it will amazingly, in 5 minutes, you will find a shift in your energy and your ability to get motivated. Number 10 of the tips on how to motivate yourself to accomplish more. And that's affirm your motivation. Now, affirming your motivation really has to do with using affirmations. And in my last video series, I talked a lot about affirmations, and I went into affirmations in detail. But the whole thing is that you want to use affirmations to increase your motivation by just saying them with feeling, saying some motivations. And here I just have one here. As you can see, I don't know if you can see it or not. If you're listening, you can just listen to me, and it is, I have what it takes, and I'm ready for action. So we're going to say that 3 times with a little spirit, and feel how that feels with you. Think about something that you have to do that might not be the thing that you really want to do. And then let's say this with some spirit. Okay, so you think about that thing that you really don't want to do, but you're looking for some motivation. I have what it takes, and I'm ready for action. Again, I have what it takes, and I'm ready for action. One more time. I have what it takes, and I'm ready for action. And then just see yourself doing that thing and celebrating. Wonderful. Wonderful. Great work. So, this is our final slide. And so I just want to thank you very much for being with me today. And it has been really fun to go through these things with you. Just take a moment and see what you remember. Just take 30 seconds or whatever to see what you remember from what we've just done. And if there's anything that sticks out, then use it. Use it. Just intend right now to be more motivated than you've been before. And if you'd like to have a session with me where we can talk about motivation, stress, your goals, how to get there faster and better, and how to be more of your best self, then please go to activateyourgreatness.com/free and book a 15-minute consultation with me. Be very, very happy to meet with you and talk with you, especially if you are highly motivated to take your life to the next level. Thanks so much for listening. This is Coach Joe. Have a great, great day.